Let's talk about alkylation of ammonia. Basically, this reaction happens like you have a alkyl halide and we have ammonia, and what we get it in your final product is that a primary, secondary, tertiary, or yeah, you got that. So I would just talk about what we do, how the chemistry happens, and this is not a good way to synthesize primary, secondary, tertiary amines. And the reason for that is because we cannot control the reaction to stop. Like when I get a primary amine, I say, well, stop it right now. We cannot do that. But it's really helpful when we're dealing with quaternary amines. So what happens is that I have here my halide and ammonia. We can do that. So then I added the first amine group, and that happens over and over and over and over. So then I have a secondary, so I have that attacking the next alkyl halide. So this is why it's not good, because when I do the synthesis for alkylation of ammonia, I got a primary amine, a secondary amine, a tertiary amine, so the yields are not good. But I know that my reaction will keep going and going and going and going, so I ended up with tertiary amine is the best. Okay, so talking about alkylation of ammonia, basically we have alkyl halide plus ammonia, and we get it some sort of primary, secondary, or tertiary, or quaternary ammonia plus this salt here. What is the problem associated with this reaction is that we cannot control, like I want to make a primary, secondary, tertiary amine, but I cannot control this reaction at like to stop in a primary, to stop in a secondary amine. So what happens here, basically we have our alkyl halide, we have ammonia, and then we got our first product. This is carried out under NH3. Yeah, I do have NH3 there, so I want to use it. But we do have the formation of this guy plus this guy here. And then this can react again and then we do have that and that, and we have the formation of our secondary and so on and so forth. So the problem associated with it is because we cannot control to stop in a primary, secondary, tertiary amine. However, this is really useful when you're dealing with preparation of quaternary ammonium salts. So here, if we see we're preparating on secondary, and then we can go tertiary and quaternary. So it's really helpful when you're dealing with quaternary. But for primary, secondary, tertiary, it is not a good way to synthesize. This is not a good method to synthesize primary, secondary, tertiary amine.